Here is a more detailed explanation of each of the 14 stations of the cross. 1. Jesus is condemned to death. This station represents Jesus being unjustly accused and condemned to death by Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor. 2. Jesus takes up his cross. After being condemned, Jesus was made to carry his own cross to the place of his crucifixion. This station represents Jesus accepting his fate and taking up the cross. 3. Jesus falls the first time. This station represents Jesus' physical weakness and exhaustion as he struggled to carry the heavy cross. He fell for the first time, but he got up and continued on his journey. 4. Jesus meets his mother. This station represents Jesus' encounter with his mother, Mary, who was watching him suffer and die. It is a moment of profound sadness and grief for both mother and son. 5. Simon of Cyrene helps Jesus carry the cross. As Jesus was struggling to carry the cross, Simon of Cyrene was forced by the Roman soldiers to help him. This station represents the kindness and compassion of Simon, who helped Jesus in his moment of need. 6. Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. Veronica was a woman who wiped the sweat and blood from Jesus' face with her veil, leaving an imprint of his face on the cloth. This station represents the compassion and devotion of Veronica, who helped to ease Jesus' suffering. 7. Jesus falls the second time. Again, Jesus stumbled and fell under the weight of the cross. This station represents his physical and mental exhaustion as he continued on his journey to Calvary. 8. Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. As Jesus was carrying the cross, a group of women wept and lamented for him. Jesus stopped and spoke to them, encouraging them to have faith and trust in God. 9. Jesus falls the third time. Despite his strength and determination, Jesus fell for the third time. This station represents his complete exhaustion and physical weakness. 10. Jesus is stripped of his garments. When Jesus arrived at Calvary, the soldiers stripped him of his clothes and humiliated him. This station represents the indignity and shame that Jesus endured. 11. Jesus is nailed to the cross. Jesus was then nailed to the cross, which would become his instrument of death. This station represents the pain and agony that Jesus endured as he was crucified. 12. Jesus dies on the cross. After several hours on the cross, Jesus gave up his life and died. This station represents the ultimate sacrifice that Jesus made for humanity. 13. Jesus is taken down from the cross and placed in the arms of his mother. After Jesus died, his body was taken down from the cross and placed in his mother's arms. This station represents the sorrow and grief that Mary felt at the loss of her son. 14. Jesus is laid in the tomb. Finally, Jesus was buried in a tomb. This station represents the end of his physical life on earth, but also the beginning of his spiritual and eternal life. The 14 stations of the cross are usually observed during Lent, especially on Good Friday. This devotion is a way for Christians to reflect on Jesus' suffering and sacrifice for humanity and to deepen their faith and devotion to him. Thanks. Subscribe. Thanks for watching.